My name is Margaret Campbell, and I am here today as your financial guardian with an urgent warning. Millions of Canadian seniors believe they are about to receive free dental care, but this is a dangerous half-truth that could cost you your savings. The government is not telling you the whole story about the new Canadian Dental Care Plan. Buried in the fine print is a rule that could force you to pay up to 60% of your dental bills out of your own pocket. Imagine getting a root canal, thinking it's covered, only to be handed a surprise bill for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For seniors on a fixed income, this isn't an inconvenience, it's a financial catastrophe. This information gap is a trap, and today we are going to disarm it before you ever book an appointment. This video is your shield against that surprise bill. My mission is to give you the critical information the government announcements have left out so you can protect your hard-earned money. We are not just going to talk about the problem, we are going to solve it. In the next few minutes, I will walk you through the 3 things you absolutely must know. First, the real eligibility rules that are causing many to be rejected. Second, the exact income numbers that determine if you pay nothing, 40%, or a shocking 60% of the cost. And third, what is actually covered, and more importantly, what isn't. By the end of this, you won't just be informed, you will be prepared to use this plan safely and keep your money in your bank account, where it belongs. I am not a government spokesperson paid to deliver talking points, nor am I a dentist. For over 20 years, I have dedicated my entire practice to one thing, being a financial advocate for Canadian seniors. My specialty is navigating the complex maze of government benefits, decoding the intricate rules of the Canada Pension Plan, Old Age Security, and the Guaranteed Income Supplement. I've sat across the table from countless people just like you, seeing firsthand how the bureaucracy, with its dense regulations and confusing forms, can feel designed to make you give up. My purpose on this channel is simple: to be your unwavering guide through that fog, to translate the government speak into plain English, and to ensure you never leave a single dollar on the table that is rightfully yours. With respect to the new Canadian Dental Care Plan, my mission today is to act as your truth teller. The government has rolled out a massive program, and while the intention is commendable, the execution and communication have created a financial minefield for seniors who are not fully informed. They have sold the dream of free, but they've buried the bill in the fine print. I firmly believe you have a right to know in advance and with absolute clarity what your financial commitment will be. This isn't about tearing down the plan, it's about empowering you to use it wisely, without stumbling into a trap that could derail your financial security. I'm here to provide the clarity and control that the official announcements have failed to deliver, protecting your savings and your peace of mind. To make absolutely certain that you are protected from any surprise costs, we are going to break this down into a simple 3-part roadmap. Think of this as your guide to navigating the CDCP safely and keeping your money secure. First, we will expose the real eligibility rules that go far beyond just your age. Many seniors who believe they qualify are being turned away for one specific reason that we are going to uncover together. Second, and this is the most critical part of this video, I will reveal the co-payment trap. I'm going to show you the exact family income brackets that determine whether you pay nothing, 40%, or a staggering 60% of your dental bills. You must know which bracket you fall into before you even consider picking up the phone to call a dentist. And third, we'll look at what is actually covered and, just as importantly, what is not. The list of exclusions can save you from a very expensive no at the dental office. This is precisely the kind of vital, need-to-know financial intelligence we provide every single week to protect Canadian seniors. Government programs and rules are constantly shifting, and missing a single update can have serious consequences for your savings. To ensure you never miss a critical piece of information that could impact your financial well-being, I need you to do one thing right now. Take a moment to subscribe to this channel and ring that notification bell. It's a simple, free click that acts as your first line of defense, ensuring you always stay one step ahead of the bureaucracy and keep the money you've worked your entire life for. Now, let's get into the first critical detail: who truly qualifies for this plan. Let's start with who actually gets to walk through the door. On the surface, the government's rules seem straightforward. You must be a Canadian resident with an adjusted family net income under $90,000, and you must have filed your most recent tax return. But the third condition is a hidden tripwire, and it's the number one reason why so many eligible seniors are being turned away. The rule states you must not have access to any other form of dental insurance. The key word here is access. It does not matter if you use the insurance. It does not matter if it's a terrible plan with a high deductible and poor coverage. If you are eligible for dental coverage through your employer, a professional organization, or even through a pension plan from a job you left years ago, the government considers you covered and therefore ineligible for the CDCP. The mere opportunity for coverage is enough to disqualify you. This is where the system's complexity becomes a trap, but it also contains a critical exception that almost no one is talking about. Let's take the example of Robert, a 72-year-old retiree in Kingston, Ontario. He retired 5 years ago and declined his former employer's expensive retiree dental plan to save money. When he applied for the CDCP, he was rejected because he technically still had access to that plan. However, the government has a specific exemption. If you voluntarily opted out of your pension or employer benefits and you cannot voluntarily opt back in, you may still qualify. This is especially true if this irrevocable decision was made before December 11, 2023. This one detail is the difference between Robert paying thousands for dental work and getting help from the plan. It's also vital to remember that your eligibility is based on your 2023 tax return. If you or your spouse haven't filed, your application will stop dead in its tracks. So, you've navigated the insurance trap and filed your taxes. You've proven you're eligible. You might be thinking you're in the clear and about to receive free dental care. I must warn you, you are not. Qualifying is only the first hurdle. For millions of Canadians, getting approved for this plan is the beginning of a second, even more costly trap. The real financial danger lies not in who qualifies, but in what you are still required to pay out of your own pocket. And the next piece of information I am about to share is the most important of all: the exact income number that determines whether your copayment is zero or if you'll be on the hook for a shocking 60% of every single dental bill. You need to know this number. Now, for the most critical piece of information, the part that directly impacts your wallet: the co-payment trap. The popular idea that the Canadian Dental Care Plan is free is a dangerous oversimplification that is only true for one specific group of people. For everyone else, it is a cost-sharing program where you will be paying a significant portion of the bill. It all comes down to a single number: your adjusted family net income, which you can find online, $23,600 of your tax return. Let me be perfectly clear with the breakdown: the government isn't advertising on billboards. If your family's net income is less than $70,000, then congratulations, you are in the clear. The CDCP will cover 100% of the eligible dental service costs, according to the established CDCP fee guide. For you, the copayment is zero. This is the only scenario where the plan is truly free at the point of service. However, the moment your income crosses that $70,000 threshold, the trap is set. If your adjusted family net income falls between $70,000 and $79,999, you are personally responsible for a 40% copayment. Let me repeat that because it bears repeating. You will be paying 40% of the bill out of your own pocket. Let's put that into real dollars. A standard crown procedure, which can easily cost $1,500 under the CDCP fee schedule, would leave you with a bill of $600. A root canal could cost you $400 or more. This is not free. For a senior on a fixed income, an unexpected $600 bill can disrupt their entire budget for months. This is the silent danger of the plan. You believe you have full coverage, you proceed with necessary treatment, and you are hit with a bill you never saw coming because you fell into this middle bracket. It gets even more expensive. creating an even more perilous situation for seniors in the highest eligible income tier. If your adjusted family net income is between $80,000 and $89,999, your copayment jumps to a staggering 60%. That same $1,500 crown procedure now costs you $900 out of pocket. At this level, the plan becomes almost unaffordable for major work, yet you are still technically covered. This is the ultimate trap. The system gives you a benefit card that provides a false sense of security, leading you to accept treatment you cannot afford. The passive system will not call you to warn you about this. The dental office may not know your income details. The responsibility falls entirely on you to know your income bracket before you agree to any dental work under this plan. It is the only way to protect yourself from a financial shock. Finally, let's talk about what this plan actually pays for. Knowing your copayment percentage is useless if the procedure you need isn't covered at all. The Canadian Dental Care Plan does cover a respectable range of essential services. Things like preventive checkups, cleanings, x-rays, fillings, root canals, and even complete and partial dentures. This is a significant and welcome benefit that will help millions of Canadians maintain their oral health. However, the list of what's not covered is where the next financial trap lies. You must be aware that major restorative procedures like dental implants and their related components are currently not included. Most cosmetic services, such as teeth whitening or veneers, are also explicitly excluded. So, if you were hoping the plan would pay for a full mouth restoration with implants, you will be on the hook for the entire cost, which can run into the tens of thousands of dollars. Let's illustrate this with a real-world scenario. Imagine a senior named Frank, whose family income puts him in the 40% co-payment bracket. He has a failing tooth, and his dentist recommends a dental implant, which is often the best long-term clinical solution, costing around $4,000. Believing his new dental plan will cover most of it, Frank agrees to the procedure. He is later stunned to discover that not only does the CDCP not cover the implant at all, but he is now personally liable for the full $4,000 bill. An informed Frank, however, armed with the knowledge from today, would have asked a different question from the start. Is a dental implant an eligible service under the CDCP? Hearing the answer is no, he could then ask, what are the CDCP-covered alternatives? This simple shift in conversation would lead him toward a solution like a partial denture, a procedure that is covered, saving him from a devastating and unexpected financial blow. This brings us to a final, crucial layer of complexity: pre-authorization. Even for some services that are covered, the government will require approval before the work is done. Starting in November 2024, procedures like crowns and bridges will require this pre-authorization step. This means you and your dentist will need to submit a treatment plan and wait for the green light from Sun Life, the plan administrator, before proceeding. If you don't, you risk the claim being denied entirely. This brings me to your most important actionable tip. Never, ever assume. Before you commit to any treatment plan, you must ask your dental office to submit a predetermination of benefits. This forces them to verify which services are covered, what the CDCP fee schedule will pay for them, and what your exact out-of-pocket cost will be after your copayment. Getting this in writing is your shield against any and all surprises. Let's quickly recap the essential truths we've uncovered about the Canadian Dental Care Plan. First, eligibility is far stricter than advertised. Having access to any other form of dental insurance, regardless of its quality, can disqualify you unless you meet a very specific exemption. Second, and most critically, the plan is only 100% free if your family net income is under $70,000. Above that, you will be paying either 40% or a staggering 60% of the bill yourself. This is the copayment trap. And third, not every procedure is covered. Major items like implants are excluded, and pre-authorization will soon be required for others, making it absolutely vital to get a predetermination of benefits in writing. The system is not going to call you to warn you about these details. The responsibility falls squarely on you to be armed with the right information. The difference between knowing these rules and not knowing them is the difference between financial security and a sudden, unexpected debt. You have worked your entire life, and you deserve to protect your savings and enjoy your retirement with peace of mind. Acting on this information is how you do it. Don't let bureaucratic complexity rob you of your financial well-being. If you found this information valuable and believe it can help others, please take a moment to press the like button below and subscribe to this channel. Every subscription helps this content reach another senior who needs to hear this urgent message before they make a costly mistake. My commitment is to ensure you are never left in the dark about the rules that affect your money. Protect your finances, protect your family, and stay informed.